Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. We have a lot of exciting stories to share with you, but first, let's dive into our top story. Today, we're focusing on the escalating tensions between the United States and Iran. According to recent reports, the U.S. is considering military action against Iran, citing concerns over the country's nuclear program and regional influence. This comes after months of protests in Iran, which have been sparked by economic crisis and calls for political reform. The situation is complex, with multiple countries involved and various interests at play. The U.S. has deployed warships to the Middle East, and there are fears that any military action could lead to a wider conflict. Iran, on the other hand, has rejected talks with the U.S., citing threats and aggression from Washington. We've seen reports of thousands of deaths during the protests in Iran, with both sides blaming each other for the violence. The Iranian government has acknowledged several thousand deaths, while U.S.-based rights groups put the number even higher. The international community is watching the situation closely, with many countries calling for calm and restraint. As we consider the implications of this story, it's essential to remember that the situation is multifaceted and affects not just the U.S. and Iran, but also the broader region. The potential consequences of military action are far-reaching, from destabilization in the Middle East to the impact on global energy markets. We'll continue to follow this story and provide updates as more information becomes available. For now, it's clear that the situation between the U.S. and Iran remains volatile, with no easy solutions in sight. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into the complex and rapidly evolving situation between the United States and Iran. As tensions continue to escalate, the Kremlin has weighed in, urging restraint and emphasizing that there's still room for negotiations. According to Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, it is clear that the potential for negotiations is not exhausted, and any use of force could lead to chaos in the region. Let's take a closer look at the developments. President Donald Trump has warned that time is running out for Iran to negotiate a deal on its nuclear program, and U.S. forces are ready, willing, and able to strike if necessary. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has responded by saying the country's forces have their fingers on the trigger and will respond powerfully to any U.S. aggression. Meanwhile, Russia has been attempting to play a mediating role, with President Vladimir Putin speaking with Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian earlier this month. The Kremlin claims that Putin is engaged in de-escalation efforts, and there are reports that Moscow may be willing to help broker U.S.-Iran nuclear talks. As the situation continues to unfold, it's essential to consider multiple perspectives and avoid taking sides. The stakes are high, and any miscalculation could have far-reaching consequences. We'll continue to monitor the developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. In the midst of this geopolitical turmoil, it's crucial to remember that diplomacy and dialogue can often be more effective than military action. As Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan noted, "It is wrong to attack Iran. It is wrong to start the war again." Iran is ready to negotiate in the nuclear file. Let's hope that cooler heads will prevail and a peaceful resolution can be found. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, we're taking a closer look at the ongoing situation in Gaza. The region has been plagued by violence and conflict for years, and despite efforts to broker a peace deal, tensions remain high. Recently, Israeli fire killed 2 Palestinians in Gaza, sparking concerns about the fragile ceasefire in place. The U.S.-brokered Gaza peace plan is moving into its second phase, which includes the demilitarization of Gaza through an internationally funded buyback program. This program aims to decommission weapons held by Palestinian militant groups, including Hamas. However, the group has long rejected disarmament, and it remains to be seen how this aspect of the plan will be implemented. The situation on the ground is complex, with both sides trading blame over truce violations. Since the ceasefire took effect in October, at least 490 people have been killed in Gaza, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. Israel has reported that 4 soldiers have been killed by Palestinian militants during the same period. As the international community continues to work towards a lasting peace in the region, it's essential to acknowledge the challenges and complexities involved. The deployment of an international peacekeeping force is also part of the plan, but its effectiveness will depend on various factors, including the cooperation of all parties involved. It's crucial to approach this issue with empathy and understanding, recognizing the human cost of the conflict and the need for a fair and sustainable solution. As we follow the developments in Gaza, we'll continue to provide you with updates and insights, striving to present a balanced view of this complex and sensitive topic. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.